Hello, this is Hope Roski with the Wedding and Event Show. Well, do I have a treat for you? So, the studio now is fragrant with these beautiful flowers designed by Sandy Moua. Thank you so much for coming on the show, Sandy.
Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for these beautiful flowers. Oh my goodness. The roses just smell absolutely divine, and they're just absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
And the name of, I like the name of your company. It's called Valley and Bloom, because of course we are at the Valley,
Yes.
and we are blooming beautiful flowers over
Yes.
here, correct?
Right, right.
Well, the history of how you started your business is quite fascinating. Why don't you tell the viewers a little bit about what you've been doing with that?
Yes, so I founded the business in September of 2021. And so I am a stay-at-home mom, and I've always loved flowers, but I wanted to do something that is following my passion, but still able to be home with my babies. So I just started making arrangements for fun, and people wanted to buy. So I was getting so many orders for gift florals first, and then out of nowhere, people wanted to me to design for their weddings and their events and their photo shoots, and so it's just really grown in such a short amount of time. So yeah.
I know, and meaning basically, you said in the past 2 years you've done 15 weddings,
Yes.
which is just exceptional, especially during part of the time being the pandemic,
Yes,
was when you
yeah.
started your business, and
Right.
it just really bloomed,
Yeah.
no pun intended.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
No, that's great. So tell me a little bit about how you keep your flowers and what you're doing with that.
So I store flowers because, flowers, they have to be kept cool. So I do store them in like a refrigerator. In the hot days like this, we just keep the room very cool. If I
Yes.
have way too much flowers that don't fit in the fridge, then yes, we keep it in the cooler. We keep the room cool. That's pretty much about it, yeah.
And what type of flowers are you growing?
So right now for the summer, I don't grow anything, but for the spring for this year, I did grow ranunculus, which is very popular. I grew ranunculus, I grew sweet peas, I grew dahlias, and I grew lisianthus, so yeah.
And then for the flowers that are not grown here, that you don't get in the valley, where do those come from?
So most of the time I do travel to San Francisco just because I can get it shipped here to the valley, but when it's shipped overnight, it'll kind of degrade the quality of the flowers.
Oh.
Yeah, so I always try to go to San Francisco, and I get to pick the best of the fresh flowers, and yeah, so.
Oh, that's great. Well, I'd love for the viewers to take a look at some of the designs that you have created.
Yes.
So we'll go ahead and take a look at the first design coming up on the screen. That's right here. And tell us a little bit about this lovely bouquet that we're going to be seeing here.
Yeah, so I chose this photo because these colors are such a highly requested colors from clients. It's very popular. The rust, the orange, is very popular in today's world. So this is a bride. I did her florals for her, and this is basically just her holding her bouquet.
And what are some of the flowers that are in her bouquet? Because I love the way the colors are playing with each other there.
Yeah, so I believe her wedding was in April. So they have some straw flowers, I believe. The Gerber daisies, those are very popular. And definitely roses. You always have to have roses
Okay.
in bouquets. And then the oranges, some of the foliage is like dried flora. Do you know what dried flora is?
Yes.
Yes, they kind of dry, they bleach
Bleach
it.
it,
So that look is also very popular in today's world. So yeah, we
Wonderful.
use some of that in there, yeah.
Let's take a look at the next one.
So this one, I actually took a class last year, and I made that vase arrangement right there. So all those flowers were grown by local growers here in Fresno, and yeah, basically to the class, and had a very professional, talented teacher, and so. Yeah.
Can we zoom in on that a little bit more closely? Because what's fascinating about this particular arrangement here is just like in its height, and then
Yeah.
because there's a true art form to all of this. How
It
do you
is.
envision it coming together with the heights and
Well-
everything? Because they always talk to you about not too high on the
Yeah.
table and things to
Mhm.
that effect.
I think that has a lot to do with the style of the designer. So for me, yes, I do love the look of having it start very high on one side and then it kind of de-escalating to the other side. So honestly, I think it really just depends on what the client likes, because some of them, they like really tall arrangements, some of them just want little bud vases on the table. So yeah, but that's just my style. Yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful. What a
Thank
creative
you.
style. Let's take a look at the next one.
So this is something that I'm very popular for, just like your bouquet here. It's basically a tulip bouquet, a Korean inspired with the wrap, the paper wrap. What's also very special about my wrapping is that the paper is waterproof.
Oh.
Yeah, so you don't have
Oh,
to
yes,
rip
I
it
feel
apart.
the texture. Yes,
Yeah.
it is. I like this
Yeah.
a lot.
So you don't have to take it apart. You could just take it home, stick it right in the vase, and keep it like that forever or until it dies. So, yeah.
And I love the color of the tulips. They're
Yes.
just so vibrant.
Mhm.
And it's interesting. You were talking a lot about color too,
Mhm.
and what's in and what's trending.
Yeah. Mhm.
This one has a little bit more, like, I see a little bit more pastel, but maybe
Yes.
a pop of vivid in there. I like that blend.
Yes. This is also a gift floral, very popular. It's a bassinet, so it's very popular for expecting mothers, baby birthdays. So some of those flowers I did grow myself. Those sweet peas and those ranunculus I did grow myself, and then just kind of like a baby blooming.
I love it. It's great.
Yeah.
And you've got the bassinet there to kind of,
Right.
give it
Yeah.
that effect right there.
Mhm.
And the next one, we have another bride, and look at that.
Yes,
Oh,
so this is a peony bouquet, very popular also, wrapped in the waterproof paper. Yeah, it's very
Okay.
popular.
and I think you have another one here.
Kind of the same thing, just more samples of what I do. Korean wrap bouquets, very popular.
Oh, this last one to me, I love this. Tell me about this. Is just takes my breath away.
Thank
Tell me about
you.
this here.
So this we did with a client. She is expecting, wanting to do like a maternity editorial feel. So this was actually my first time kind of doing a shoot like this.
So now, did you do the photography as well, or
no.
was somebody else did
Yeah.
that? But you set the design for the flowers,
yes,
then.
correct, yeah. So
Absolutely fabulous. Well, tell the viewers, Sandy, how they can get in touch with you, because your location, people could, if they want to, they have to schedule an appointment to
Right.
come and visit.
Mhm.
But tell them how they can get in touch with you.
Yeah, so I do require 2 to 3 days notice for your orders. Today's world is all about social media, so
Right.
I'm very active on Facebook and Instagram at Valley and Blooms, or you guys can call me, text me for orders at 559-666-3037.
Okay, so remember Valley Blooms. That's how you can recall it. Well, Sandy, I thank you so much for
Thank
coming into
you.
the show, and again, thank you for such a lovely arrangement
Thank
of flowers.
you for having me.
And just whatever special event viewers you were looking for, and even retirements, graduations, proms, because I'm sure you do
Yes.
those boutonnieres.
Yes.
She's located over by McLean High School. So anyway, reach out to Sandy Moua, because you want somebody who's creative and listens to your needs and has a wonderful creative flair. That's Sandy. This is Hope Roski, and we look forward to seeing you again.